Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I hope you had a beautiful 4th of July, and I just want to thank every single one of you, new and returning, for stopping in and supporting me and liking and commenting and sharing and subscribing. If you feel like you want to do that, it is incredibly appreciated, more than I think you realize. I say that because it's true. Now, welcome to my my Love Sun Sign series is, I think, the best way to title it. What I do is I will read for the 2 sun signs of the day, and as opposed to last month, I was just kind of randomly picking the 2 sun signs each day. This month I'm being a little more structured, you know, kind of streamlining it so that I go down the astrology wheel, Aries to Pisces, although I mixed Cancer and Gemini up. Either way, I read those. And then today I'm actually going to be picking the second one right in front of you. I mean, why not? So we know it's Leo we're on now, and the second one will be Capricorn. How funny, I thought Capricorn. I really did. I don't know why. Sometimes we get these gut beautiful messages, and it's because that's exactly what's about to happen. So what I'd like to do is just describe a little bit about each sun sign and why I think you have a great compatibility. And this has been studied for many years. It's just kind of this uncanny but truthfully continuously recognized combination, and what I think your strengths are and what your differences are. And then I'm going to read your tarot energy readings and oracle readings and messages and guidance for the rest of the month, starting with today, which is July 5th. And as I go and progress, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue around the wheel. That'll be 12 different, the 12 different astrology signs and their compatibilities and connections. And love is on all different spectrum, friendships, work partnerships, your significant other, your soulmate, and then, family. It just goes on all different spectrums as far as love's concerned. But what I was going to say is, when I've done those 12, I'm going to once again go randomly with the 2 sun signs, unless you want to leave a comment, and I have not actually picked your particular combination. I'm happy to do that first and really connect with my viewers, which is why I'm doing this channel. So I'm going to be shaking this up a little bit as I'm speaking, doing my shuffling and laying out the cards, which will actually, the reading will be under 4 major categories, and I'll express them as we go along. But let's start with the sun signs. Let us start with Leo. Leo is a fire sign. Whoo, is it ever? Interestingly enough, we are going to be in Leo season at the end of July. Leo is a vibrant, powerful, energetic, caring, extremely passionate, devoted, just this powerful aspect keeps coming in because they're ruled by the sun. The sun is one of the brightest luminaries. It's not actually a planet, but without it, we don't survive. And that energy and that heat and that passion is exactly what you feel when you come across a Leo, because they are leaders. They are absolutely prideful. They love attention. They love, being in charge. They love, their, so there's the pride, but there's another word that's coming to mind when it's in the tigers of the forest. I'm sorry. I'm just everything has been so with all the retrograde and, not even being able to speak right now. Lots going on. So pride, I guess, is what I'll say. We'll leave it at that. But just this beautiful magnetism that happens with Leos. They are doers, they are shakers, they are movers, and they're usually leaders. Like I said, they want to be in charge, and they love their castles, which is their home, and the people they want in that home, in all circumstances, whether it be legitimately home or work. They are fixed signs, so they're pretty set in their ways about their ideals. And they are a masculine sign. And so, Am I right about that? I'm pretty sure. Forgive me if I'm not. It's masculine and feminine. I'm almost positive it is the masculine with the Leo. Absolutely. So what you're going to get with the Leo is you're going to get somebody who wants to be loved, wants to have the attention when it comes to love. They want to give everything. Their generosity is ridiculous at times. They go overboard. Everything with Leos is big. It's, you know, there's no stifling, there's no holes barred, is how I like to say. And that's a beautiful thing. When they're a friend of yours, they're a great friend, they're a loyal friend, and they're usually a friend for life. Same within a relationship. When they put their heart into a relationship, it's going to be there. It's going to be number one for them. And there's going to be a lot of sensual sexuality with them because they have that steamy, hot, fiery kind of passion going on. You know, there aren't many signs in the zodiac that have that. All the fire signs tend to. Definitely Scorpios. But those Leos, boy, I had two brothers that are Leos. One I did pass away, and he was a professional magician, worldwide magician, and he was center stage and so big and so good. But he worked really hard, and he had a heart of gold. And yeah, there's sensitivity in there with those Leos. So, you know, they can flare up. They have a temper at times, and then it can easily be forgotten about. You know, they don't usually hold grudges at all, but they want to speak their truth, you know, and they do. They're very, very brutally honest at times. Now, not everybody appreciates that, but I do. I want the real deal, and you're going to get that. So just know that. And if you're in a relationship, you already do know that, and you love them because of that, I would think. So what else can I say? Yeah, just very passionate, kind, generous, gregarious, confident, noble. The word noble is what I was struggling for earlier. So they'd have the pride, but the nobility is there. Very, very much so. They care about how they look, how they come off. Yeah, and they want to be told that. Absolutely. So those are things to know. But I think you feel a great, great love when it comes to Leos. Friendship or otherwise. So then we go to Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth element. This is one of those oppositions, but trust me, I mean, for a while, maybe the first 10 years of my studies, I didn't see this combination. And then now as time goes on, it's more and more obvious. I'm meeting more people with this love connection. And it makes sense to me in a lot of ways. So I'll describe to you what I have learned and you know, documented and found out. So the earth sign is very grounded, you know, they're very stable, they're predictable, they're very interested in their finances, their stability, their homes, anything that, you know, they can keep steady and long-term in a permanent way, you know, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen quickly as opposed to the Leo. Leos are more like, let's get this action going. They're all about the, you know, the fire, and that's all about motivation and movement. And the Capricorn is very capable of being very, very busy and active in his pursuits. But he's not worried in any way if it doesn't happen quickly. They are determined and they are persistent, and that's what keeps them growing and acquiring, and they love money and they love what it brings. And that's another part about Leo. They love beautiful things. Leo is extravagant and Capricorn is not. So right off the bat, you've got this kind of a more restrictive, more serious, you know, energy with the Capricorn that really helps the flamboyant and the extravagant and way over the top big kind of Leo, right? That's a beautiful balance to kind of keep the reins in, if you will. Not too much though. You know, you don't want to tell a Leo what to do per se, and there's ways to go about it, and they will listen. But the permanence that comes with this relationship is a literally lifetime. Well, I mean, the people I know are still alive, but they've been in these long-term relationships when it comes to Capricorn and Leo. Now, the other thing about Capricorn is they are feminine side, so you've got that duality there, one being masculine and the other feminine. Capricorns are, what are Capricorns? They are the cardinal. That's right. They represent initiation, beginnings, because any cardinal sign, and there's 4, has to do with the beginning of a season. And winter is what the season that Capricorns represent. So they are absolute initiators. Leos are impressed and attracted to that. They like seeing people getting up and making things happen, you know? And so you're going to have more of a timid energy with the, I don't know if timid's the right word, but more of a quiet, reserved energy with the Capricorn. And that's so beautiful because you're not trying to overshadow the Leo. See where that works? You know, you complement each other and you both have respect for each other and you both have the passion, even though it may not be readily seen in a Capricorn. Oh, it's there, trust me. And it's devoted and loyal as well. So what is the, Pluto is the, that is not correct, I apologize. The planet for Capricorn is Saturn. That's right, and guess what? All this retrograde season we're in right now, Saturn went back into Capricorn. That's the regiment. That's me wanting to streamline my, you know, the sun signs a little bit this month as opposed to last month. It is about, you know, restriction for yourself so that you can do the best job, you know, one foot in front of the other, very much a methodical kind of situation. Can be hard on a lot of people with fire and just wanting this impulsive kind of, let me do my thing, I want my freedom, kind of be in a line, but that's what Saturn does. It helps us stay on point so that we can reap the benefits later instead of being too frivolous. Let's say, for example, on money and, you know, our homes and our jobs, which is very much a part of what earth signs represent. So yes, you've got the differences there that you can feel and see, but you can also understand why there isn't a connection because of the fact that there's that difference. But it's a good difference. And especially because when it comes to the loyalty and the devotion between those two signs, and also the fact that with earth signs, they're going to work through anything. They're going to tolerate things a little more than I think other signs. They're more patient. They're grounded. They love nature, you know, and they're impressed by the beautiful magnetism that the showy Leo has. Because they can be show people, they can be actors, they can be all different occupations too, the Capricorns. They're very shrewd when they have ideas and things they want to do, and they will get to that point where they'll be the best in their field. But they also are okay taking back, you know, backstage I was wanting to say, taking a back seat. So that's kind of an explanation between the two of them, and I think it makes beautiful sense. And like I said, I've seen many connections like this. So perhaps that touched base with you a little bit. I hope it did. And you hear a little bit of yourself in there. It's general, but I'll tell you what, when you read about the moon or that you have with your partner and the rising or ascendant, and also definitely the Venus, because that's our passion and our love and how we are in the bedroom. And then last but not least, Mercury, which is all about the planet of communication and, you know, information and how are we communicating with each other. That's, like, to me, almost top of the list a lot of times. But, you know, our heart takes over and we don't even think about these other qualities. If you check out those 4 between the two of you, you're going to know pretty much how you're going to work each other, how it's going to work. I'm not kidding. I know that sounds absurd, but it's been shown so many times. And you can work through anything with that determination and respect for each other. And that undeniable chemistry that you can't see in paper, but you feel when you meet each other, and then the rest takes over. And it's just that love, that powerful love, strengthening energy that's like none other, right? So that's why I love the love series. That's what I love about love in general. So I have shuffled these really well. I'm going to go on with the reading now, and I'll explain each category and also how this will affect you today, July 5th, moving forward through July, it may not feel exactly resonating right away, but then towards the end you may. Definitely going into August. Today is the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, by the way. So Capricorn, you're really in your power right now. You have the ability to really focus on what it is you want to structure, cement it in with all the 3 eclipses that have been a series in the last between June 5th and now. First Sagittarius full moon, new moon in Cancer, and now this one today. So if you're feeling that extra energy and you will, there's an extra anxiety, almost tension that comes from the eclipses. Those messages, those guidances that'll come through in waking life through messages from people you know, circumstances, the signs that you'll see, they're going to be very present and continuing on the storyline through the end of the year, from 3 to 6 months and longer. So make a point, if you will, to write down something that specifically is important to you in regards to your career, your purpose, and how you want to make that permanent. With all of the changes we've all gone through, the transformation is huge and it's working in our favor. So the 2 of you together can absolutely make pretty much anything happen. And with the powerful, loving energy, then the new moon in Cancer is happening on the 20th. So another time to just cement everything you need to. Cancer is all about our emotions, our love, our connection, the epitome of love, the epitome of wanting to connect, wanting to really work with others and work through things and just be emotional and sensitive, which so many people are a lot more sensitive now. It's Cancer season now, so a lot of Cancer energy. So let me look at your, okay, this is beautiful, your foundation. And the 2 of you have the 6 of Wands. This is victory. This is the fire. This is the action. This is the Leo, the Aries, and the Sagittarius. And I didn't mention it, but Mars, the planet of war and strife, yes, but also action and movement and determination like none other, because it's very comfortable, is in Aries. That's Mars is exalted in Aries. It's completely comfortable in Aries. So the Leo is obviously feeling that, and you're spurred on, you're feeling really energetic, and you're going to continue to. Mars will be in Aries till January 2021. It's crazy. It's a huge amount of time. Every one of us, including the Capricorn, is going to start feeling the energy coming back. We've all been waiting. We're seeing things open. We're getting more determined. We're getting that blessing. So I hope you can utilize that between the 2 of you in any way that it may be. But the 6 is about that very much passion and working towards your ideals you've had. It's help from the community. This is generally on the rider weight, completely opposite. There's a man on a horse, and he's got the wreath, and he's got his wand straight up because he's determined, he's working, he's going towards his dream and his initiatives, his ideals, and he's got the community working with him. Businesses are opening up, we're starting to put money into them again. It's all perfectly synchronistic to what's happening in our real lives. So, beautiful foundation to work with. I hope that's already started to happen. I wouldn't say push forward so strongly just yet. Mercury retrograde is happening in our transportation and our communication. There's mix-ups and things still. There's the delay, but that's happening till the 12th. So after the 12th, as it kind of perks itself up and wakes up, it's been a little over 3 weeks with that particular retrograde, all systems go. 6 of Wands. Making it happen, listening to the news, oh God, in small doses I hope, but for better, permanent kind of energies and messages. Now the first card is under the category of overall energy for the month. And you have the Ace of Swords, boy. This is all about truth. This is the element of air. This is the Libra, Aquarius, and Geminis. This is about speaking, about thinking, about communicating on all levels, new ideas of communication, new information, truth-seeking, fair-seeking, justice-seeking information that we have been seeking for some time with a lot of confusion. So be prepared as a couple to have great communication, to come up with new ideas and ways to reach others through your words, through your writing, through blogs and flogs and clogs. I don't even know all the different terminology for that. Media, social media. This is beautiful, and it does have to do with money. And I say that because the air sign Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus has gone forward. It was retrograde, like the other 6 planets still are. And once that goes forward, there's a lot clearer understanding in our relationships, in the communications we've had, in the money coming in. This also represents authority and businesses and sometimes law, lawyers, things having to do with the justice, courts, just people in authority, but good, upright, beautiful information and happy changes coming through, especially with the 6 of Wands. So this correlating that is absolutely beautiful. And if that weren't good enough, here we go right into the second one, which is the possible blessings or obstacles of the month. And you have the major arcana, Justice. Exactly what I was saying. I actually didn't see it. My glasses aren't here, but I can see pictures. So twice, justice, fairness, equilibrium, balance, truth. Decisions that were made and you were unclear about are coming through, and it's going to be in your favor. If it isn't in court, and it doesn't have to be right now. I think a lot of things have been backlogged that way. Financially, there's been a lot of holdups, right? And then they're talking about new information about money for the people, for, in a global sense, that's coming through. Wow. So like I said, I am definitely feeling the energies and the messages about how it has to be, no doubt, after the retrograde, but by the new moon and moving forward into August, this is a beautiful, beautiful blessing. The only obstacle is having to wait. We've all had to wait a lot. Be patient, okay, Leos, because it's on. The air quality is really good and compatible with you, so information is coming through very strongly, and it's beautiful, upright justice and truth-seeking, because, a lot of confusion, but that's going away little by little. And I love that because I know we all want the truth. And you especially, you too, you're very, and I didn't mention it, I'm sorry, but Capricorns are very much about truth. They're grounded and they want the real deal. Many earth signs that I've met are just like exactly what they believe and say they are. You just recognize their authenticity. Not necessarily out of makeup a lot of times, of course there's exceptions, but they love living naturally. They love gardens. They love, the soil that they toil. They're very much rooted into natural things and, the spirituality that entangles with that, the beautiful synchronicity of both, with that great intuition and that you both also carry. So the next category is under category of love, and you have the Page of Pentacles. Whoa. Beginnings, Earth element, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgos. Money, when it comes to money and love, somebody's definitely helping you. Is the Capricorn helping the Leo? Is the Leo helping the Capricorn? Is there a child that you're helping? The pages are the youthful energies. They're the beginning. They're the new kind of innocent starting of something having to do with a business that the two of you in a connection of love can build together. You've been speaking about it, a new enterprise, something entrepreneurial. So many changes have happened for people with what's happened and how we've been, going through the world shutdown and so forth. It's just really brought a lot of unique and prosperous ideas. And I'm feeling like you're really on the nose with this. So it's the love of the two of you working together, but it's the fact that money and what's going to be brought and that beautiful feeling of stability, the justice coming through. And like I said, could involve children too, of a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or, you know, somebody with those qualities of stability and strength, but youthfulness. And maybe they're just young at heart. Maybe they carry that youthful energy. They don't have to be young, and there's no gender associated. You'll be hearing some information, though. The pages always bring information about the love and the money and the cooperation together. And it's funny, it's kind of reversed, but the last category is under the category of finances. So it's pointing to that category, and you have the Five of Cups. Okay, this is the emotion now. This is the water element. This is what we've been in the season of Cancer. This is the retrograde in Cancer. This is the new moon eclipse in Cancer that happened on the first day of summer, June 21st. So it's still very much with us. And like I said, there's a lot more emotion. And when it comes to money, there's been losses. There's no getting around it. You may have been affected by that. There's a certain percentage that obviously has, waiting on the answers, waiting on the correct information, the truth as to what's coming in and when and for whom. But always remembering, although we've lost things, and that will happen throughout our lifetime, to focus on the things that are still very, very much there. The cups that are full, the gratitude we feel, bringing that into our life when we think and we feel those ways. That's that beautiful law of attraction that I work at every day, just so you know. But when I do feel better and I recognize the beautiful things that are happening that are so incredibly, there's incredible blessings, I feel better instantly. And that's what this is reminding you about. And money is on its way, and you'll have enough. But knowing you too, you're going to make sure, the help of the Capricorn influence too, you're going to make sure that you're going to be very wise about your expenditure. You want to spend because that's part of the whole currency of law of attraction. You need to put out to be able to receive, and you want to help the small businesses and all that as we go forward. But you're going to be very smart though too. You're not going to be frivolous. Money's good. Keep that beautiful, loving trust and faith in that, and it will absolutely transpire, because this is what was facing it, is the information about it. What you've lost will be regained, sometimes more than you would imagine. You know, it's almost, actually, not almost, it's very much a karmic time right now. So what we have reaped, we will sow, and you as individuals know, and as couples know what that means. But if you put the work through and you've just been doing your best and working with others and helping to be the best you can be, you're going to get back tenfold. So in speaking of money, this is the beautiful oracle that I love, and I'll just pull out the three as I'm finishing. This is the money and the law of attraction. Abraham Hicks, or Jerry and Esther Hicks, just this beautiful entity that comes through and describes and helps us to understand, give us clarity, definitely guidance and love and encouragement on the fact that money is energy. How do we feel about money? What are we actually bringing in subconsciously or otherwise into our lives at all times through our thoughts? That's what we need to realize. We are as deserving as the next person, and there's more than enough. I know it doesn't seem like it, but they're absolutely, look at the sky at night, look at the universe, look at the enormity of it. It's never ending, and it's continuously unlimited in all its prosperity and all the manifestations we do, and we are the manifestors. And then the super attractor manifestation message for the two of you for the rest of the month and today, and taking in that energy of the wonderful full moon lunar eclipse, which is like, a full moon on steroids, literally. Resting can be kind of tiring on the body. So I pray you're relaxing right now while you can the next couple of weeks. Just take those vacations, take that time away together, take those deep breaths, and it's going to be amazingly beautiful repercussions. So your money in the law of attraction, number 38, that's an 11, that's a 2, that's a magical number, and that is a 2, which becomes a partnership. And you have the 2 of cups that are standing, because that represents you and how beautifully connected you are and how heartfelt this is, your heart chakra, and looking at things in a beautiful way, optimistic way. The better my story gets, the better my life gets. That's really it in a nutshell. Begin telling the story of your desire, and then add to it the details of the positive aspects that you can find that match those desires. And then embellish your positive expectations by speculating with your good feeling. Wouldn't it be nice if, ? Examples. You can say things like, only good things come to me, and I'll figure it out as I go along. Every time you tell your better feeling story, you will feel better, and the details of your life will improve. The better it gets, the better it gets. I love this. See, I'd forgotten this card. Wouldn't it be nice if, and then you fill in the line and say it over and over and over and see what comes your way. It's free. You can't really go wrong, right? But I love these. They really, truly, truly work. I could tell you stories, but I won't during your reading. So then the next is The Hungry Ghost, The Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. Just incredibly divinely guided information and message just for the 2 of you. And yours is The Hungry Ghost, Obsessive Scarcity Consciousness and Attachment. Okay, I read this the other day. 14, that's a 1 and a 4, which is a 5. 5 is always a changeable number. 5 is always transformation, and sometimes it hurts. And sometimes we have to recognize that we have to let go of things in order to get to the next phase of our life, the attachments. So let me read to you the specific message, because they are unbelievably beautiful. Each and every one. Oops, I was right there. Interesting. Number 14. Forgive me. It's sticking right where it needs. That's like an omen. Oh yeah, it's really being difficult. Okay. When the hungry ghosts appear on your path, they may not at first seem like allies because they represent your constant focus on the past and the consuming desire to know the future, which rob you of your true present. But in fact, they are here in the service of alerting you to obsessive thinking and addictions. They're masters at magnifying repetitive behavior. That's super important. I mean, that was me saying that, because I've done that, and I always stop myself in my tracks now. The message is for you to examine whether you're doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different result. This time will be different, and I have control over this, and false statements, and a sigh of deep denial of the truth. A sign of deep denial of the truth. Now is the time to let go of that thinking. Surrender your will, your life, your heart's desires. And all that pains you to the divine. Just order will be restored in your world. The hungry ghosts always also bring understanding about the distractions of life that seduce you into forgetting what you really desire. Kind of this picture right here. They're asking you to become aware that what others want and what the culture dictates will make you happy may not be what's best for you. Yeah, so what the culture is saying they want is not necessarily what's best for you. Don't get caught up on the outside appearances. All that glitters may not be gold, at least not for you. Look beyond the veneer and you will find the true substance in your life. You deserve nothing less. And I really feel like this is beautiful. It's perfect. And it's words to live by, because that's what this time has done for a lot of us. Really had us be introspection. That is exactly what retrograde season does. It allows us a time to go in and kind of really cleanse ourselves and the area around us, review, revisit, reevaluate. So we can start new and fresh and stronger, and that foundation of the Six of Wands is there, and the victory and just the faith, just keeping it real. and the power that you too have. So last but not least, like I said, the super attractor manifestation message. This has come out over and over. I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. Look at all the hands connecting, because we're all in this together, and we've all been feeling so many of the same feelings, which has never happened in my lifetime. And that actually is a beautiful, beautiful thing in a lot of ways, which I probably understand more than I ever have. And I'm really emotional lately, so I'm really picking up on all of this. And it needs to happen. I'm just purging it and letting it go through. It's good to cry. It's good to laugh. I hope you're able to do that. I hope you like this reading, because this says a lot, and it's really beautiful energy. You know, there's trust. There's definitely justice coming through. Money's looking good. You know, holding on to what you believe to be the good things in your life. Loving each other, supporting each other. You've got this connection, man. That's a beautiful blessing in itself. And if you did like it, like I said, please push the subscribe. You know I love it and appreciate it. And most importantly, just take really good care of yourself. And until next time, bye for now.